All right, guys, it's mid-March. We've spent the last few days doing some shed hunting, a little bit of fishing, and clover seeding, and pulling some trail camera cards at the ranch and some other properties in the area. So a few days ago, I went out and took the kayak to a farm pond on a property my brother actually used to hunt. And from the pond, I found a deadhead and ended up walking up to it thinking it was a nice 8-point. And then as soon as I got to it, I actually recognized the buck as one that my brother and his buddy used to hunt back in 2016. And I pulled him out. He was buried up to the back of the G3s in sand in the bottom of a ravine, and pulled him out of there. And it's a big 4-year-old buck they called Arnie. And I scored him out at 147 and an eighth. He was a really big young deer that they were hoping would make it a couple more years to hunt, and that was pretty cool. And then a couple days ago, Carsen, Terra, and Beau and I went out and shed hunted a couple permission pieces that we've got that none of us actually deer hunt, and we'll get into that hunt. It was pretty sweet. Usually find more sheds on this property, but this winter's been kind of weird, kind of a weird slow shed season for us, and there's actually a lot of bucks still holding right now, which is also odd, but we'll head straight into that one. Oh, hell yeah. Beau just found a good one on the side hill up here. Almost looks like it could be the other side to your 8.
Possible, I guess.
Dude, that's a hell of an antler.
That's pretty good.
A year old probably? Or is that fresh?
It might be a year old.
Yeah, I'd say.
Looks like it.
Year or 2.
I'm gonna have to look. Maybe it is the other side of that one we found last time.
I don't know, because that one last time was probably 2 years old too, or a year or 2.
Yeah. Seems like it had longer time.
Longer time. That one's heavier though. That's a good
that's
side.
a pretty good antler. It's not really cracking though for being out in the open.
Hard white. Yeah, that's
Kind of getting chalky.
last year or 2 years at the most. That's awesome.
Match set right here.
A goofy looking deer. No.
Oh, I did actually.
Oh my God, he did.
Oh my gosh.
It's the set. The first one wasn't a set. He just found the other side of the actual set.
How did we not see this?
I don't know. Dude, that's funny. That's a damn good deer.
Yeah, it is. Holy cow.
Looks like it had a G4 on that left side too, broke off. That's a good deer. I'd say that was probably fresh last year.
Yeah, probably.
Laid all last summer and winter.
Oh, that's a nice one. Oh my gosh.
Broke off G4 and beam there.
Should have came out last year, I guess.
Right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Where were you watching that, Garrett?
I was up there. Beau was coming down that and he saw it laying right here.
So, how far away was that one? Oh, that's one you found earlier?
Yeah, that's the one from up
there up by the field. Really good set.
They're heavy.
Yeah, I would have shot that all day long.
Oh, yeah.
It got to be just last year's.
Yeah. Fuck.
Hold him up as a set. I'm going to get a clip.
I was joking, I'm like, yeah, match set right here, and then you're like, what, you found one? And you're like, match set, and I turned around, I'm like, oh shit, there it is.
Yeah, I seen the other one behind you.
That's funny.
We would have if we didn't notice it.
Yeah. That's a really good
It's awesome.
set. Beau's the only one on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, Beau's got all 3.
I bet we'll find more down the ditch here, though.
I hope
Where
so.
you guys found most of them last year?
Pretty much from here to the fence, I think.
How much farther is it? Athena, fetch it up. She found it. I barely found it. It's a really chalked out old white shed. All the time's eaten off. This has probably been here for like 5 years. 2-year-old probably. Probably a good 6-year-old now, so see if we can't find any more in this buck brush. Seems like we usually have a decent amount of luck in it. We've got most of this property covered and found a good set. Beau found another small buck, but keep looking and hopefully all of us can at least find one. Terra's still looking, so we'll see. He's looking at me like, I think I can make it to you. I'll fucking kill you if you jump on me.
Not quite like the ones in Idaho.
No.
Oh my god, Carsen, she just got this.
Terra, me too. Pull that thing out. You got one? Grab it. I got a deadhead over here too. Oh yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah. Nice. Wow, I didn't walk too far away from that one. Let's see it.
Yeah, that's definitely the other side.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I bet it was laying there. I didn't even walk up here. All right, guys, first shed of the day laying here by the bale pile. Not a bad young buck either.
That's been chewed on too, so it could have been brought up here.
I bet it.
Look at that.
Yeah, I bet it was laying here though.
Yeah, squirrel. It's a squirrel cheese. See that?
So how many is this new?
Yeah, that's from this year.
So is this what most will look like
Yeah,
and not the brownish?
that's fresh.
That's fresh. It won't be as white. As
The base will be more brown like that.
the deadhead is
Cool,
right up
cool.
against the saddle. It looks like it's
Yeah, the one that I found by the bale pile over there. That's
Yeah,
that's
that
the
is
left side of that one.
awesome.
Sweet. Carsen walking too fast again.
Well, I'm done for the day.
That's good genetics for freaking
Looks like it's
young
only
deer.
been there a year.
It's got fur on him still. Halfway chewed. Let's see it.
It's missing a lot.
It looks like a bigger version of the one I found on the other property. Oh my gosh. There's shed.
Beau and I walked right by it.
Terra doesn't miss him. She walks slow enough.
Yeah, another old one.
This one. This thing is eaten
Old
to
stud.
bits. There's hardly anything left of him.
Not much left of that.
He is sharp.
Wonder if we've got the other side of that from here.
Might. Man, I can't believe we missed that laying right on the trail. But it probably moved at some point, that much chewing.
Yeah, there's hardly anything left of that.
Yeah. Some of those look like they're freshly chewed.
So as you can see, that shed hunt that day was pretty cool. Didn't end up finding a whole lot of antlers and mostly old ones, but still a fun day to get out there. So then yesterday, Carsen and I were actually up at the ranch, and the ranch is usually the place that we find the least amount of sheds, just because there's so much or so limited ag in the area and so little good thermal cover for the winter. So usually we lose a lot of the deer with the first big snow. I think I said that in the last shed hunting video, but it's been pretty mild for most of the winter. January was obviously pretty cold with a decent amount of snow, but a lot of the deer have moved back in. So we did a little bit of shed hunting at the ranch and clover seeding, and it actually turned out much better than we could have expected.
You've got to be, dude. Oh my God.
Laying right on the berm.
One-eyed Willie.
He was way
Dude.
over here. Well, it's not way over here.
Well, the last pictures I had of him,
mile.
was middle of December on the feeder.
Yep. So there's a really good chance his other side's in here. Man, he's heavy. Look at that. He's got a hole here.
Yeah, I knew he was heavy. I'm glad I didn't get a shot with that last week of rifle.
Dude.
You're kidding me.
As soon as I seen this extra point, I was like, that's Willie.
Right after I said we've never found a shed in here.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that. It's just like, I was walking this berm. I've walked this every year and I've never found a single thing.
The trail is always heavy on it in the fall,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised if he just bedded up here.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, found this one at about, 11:30.
Somewhere in there.
And that was about probably 3/4 of a mile away. Kind of in a spot where we've never even found a shed, but we always feel like we need to look. And within 5 minutes, I walked across this one and knew it was Willie. Garrett kind of couldn't hardly believe that we had found his shed over there. So we grid searched all that, couldn't find him. We searched over there for almost 2 hours, and then we decided to come over where Garrett had been hunting him all last year. And we just have kind of a small section here that butts up to a larger ridge of timber. So we thought maybe, more than likely, he was going to be on that other side. But we just took, Garrett knew exactly where he was bedding earlier this year. So we just took 2 trails that headed up that way, and Garrett was really hoping to find the other side, but it just so happens that I actually found the other side.
This
Just like Garrett hunting a buck prospect 2 years ago. I found both the sheds. I was just walking along here. Found the other side about an hour and a half ago. About what did you say, 3/4 of a mile away? That's the other side of him. That one ain't fresh either. So we think he shed December, end of December. We got both sides of One-Eyed Willie. Matched him up. So there's One-Eyed Willie. He's a clean 4 and split G2 on the other, but really heavy, carries the mass all the way through every time. He's 5 years old, and be excited to see what he turns into at 6. So
That'll be one of our top 3 deer for sure.
yep, and I'm sure Garrett will be hunting him hard.
We've had him on camera since at least 2019, so
Yep,
this is year number 5. He'll be a 6-year-old this year.
really cool, heavy buck. The first year he's had the split G2, isn't it?
He started a small split on the left side as a 3-year-old, and then he was a clean 8 at 4, and then
Well, we're thinking he probably shed. Some of the last pictures we have of him with antlers was December 14th.
yeah, December 14th over in the bullpen, and that was only the second time we've had him on that side at all in 2023. And I think on his way back over here, he dropped the side,
this one.
yeah, the split side that Carsen found on the railroad track, the old railroad track. They walk that in bed because it's thick stuff. We looked over there for an hour and a half, came over here, went straight up to where he bedded most of the fall, and laying right there.
Told Garrett I was gonna let him find it. If I found it first, I was gonna act like I didn't find it, but as soon as I saw that, I kind of let out a little girly scream and said, there he is. So then Garrett just found this. Had pictures of that in 22. It thinks it's like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, small 2-year-old.
Really cool little shed.
Not
If you're
sure
gonna
what
find
he
a
turned
small
into.
shed, you kind of want it to look like that, at least have some kind of character.
Just spotted a shed over here, my second one of the day. Finn just went over and sniffed it and didn't bring it over here as usual, but I don't think it's fresh. We'll go check it out.
It's actually pretty good.
I think that. I'll have to look at the pictures. Coyotes brought it here,
Yeah.
but I think that buck showed up after the rut. That's not bad. Sweet. Now we gotta find the other side. I definitely think coyotes brought that. You can see the chew marks on the two and the brow and the beam. Just found the other side to one, or a side to one. Looks old down here below me, trying to match up this side, but drop down in here and grab it quick. Oh, that's funny. I just found the match side to that other one laying right there. Check around this cedar tree right here and see if there's any other sheds before I go down. Go pick up both these sides. That one's actually been there for a couple years. I think I know what deer that is too. Grab the other side over here. Yep. Definitely the match. That was a fun few days shed hunting with everybody. Pretty decent amount of sheds we found, really, most of them being old, but matching up One-Eyed Willie was pretty awesome. That deer has been one of my favorite bucks the past 4 years that I've known of him at the ranch, and he's going to be a 6.5-year-old buck this year. And as far as we know, that'll be at the very top of our list for hit list bucks this year. And he didn't make a huge jump from 4 to 5, maybe 5 inches of growth, but still a hell of a deer. Super excited to find both sides. Unfortunate that I couldn't be the lucky one to walk by either side of them. We were about 50 yards apart for both of those finds, and they just happened to be over by Carsen's trails, but still stoked to match him up. It's the first sheds we've ever found from that deer, and he shed December 14th, and then the other side dropped, I would guess, within a couple days of that, and then had him on the feeder the rest of winter with no antlers. So excited to see what he turns into, and we've got a few more shed hunting trips planned for this area, and then might make another trip out west. Haven't done that for a couple years, so that should be pretty exciting. Thanks again for watching another video.